welcome back to the online education. Today we're going to walk through the Macaco flip breakdown slash tutorial. I would like to share my approach on how to train it. And I would like to show also a lot of functional drills which can be useful to get better in it. For people who don't know what the Macaco flip is, it's a very well-known soft acrobatic which is going backwards. I will show you. So this is basically the Macaco. So from a swing, the jump, it looks actually a bit like a back handspring, but we are having contact with the floor earlier with one hand. Very important before you go into the Macaco is to warm up especially your shoulders. You can do some swingings like these, which can help. Warming up is very important, especially with acrobatics. Acrobatics are walking on your peak, basically. You have to use everything, and if you're not warmed up, we can get injured. Okay, what is fundamental to the Macaco is the bridge. So if we are going from the floor into a bridge position, you try to walk with your hands to your feet, and then you try to hold as long as possible into the position, like here. Okay, try to aim for between 15 and 20 seconds, I would say. Then when we come back to the ground, you have been used to it and find some mobility in there. You can also play a bit with some active bridges like these ones. So basically you try to reach to the ground with different arms. What is also very important in a Macaco is that you have to know how to switch your weight on your hands, like here. We're turning on the palm of our hand. A bit closer. Try this to get a bit of a feeling of it. And in this position, it will actually be the one where you will do the Macaco on, which is underneath the right shoulder when you are sitting in a low squat position, and you will turn like here. Okay, also to combine this with some active bridges, which are also very important for the Macaco, are these exercises, the active bridge. So you basically try to go from one side, turning into a bridge, and then you also see, if you look at the hand which is on the floor, that you will twist on that point of your hand. So this is a very functional exercise as well. You can try to do in between 15 or 16 and 20 repetitions and apply this into your daily exercise routine. Another element which is very important, where we have to look at in the Macaco, is the explosive strength of the hip. We can do this exercise where we have one hand already on the floor, one hand on top of the hip, and then you try to jump as high as you can upwards. Also try to do 15 and 20 repetitions, I would say, for the to get it in your routine, to train this muscle. And then you can also play with the arm to reach, like here, backwards, because you will also use this movement within the Macaco. A next step, if you are able to do a solid bridge, is this functional exercise, which when we are in the bridge, so we go in the bridge again, then we're loosening up one leg, in this case the right one, and we try to kick it as high as we can into this position, and try to kick as high as we can, and the other leg also comes a bit from the ground. To build this up, make it a bit more easier because it's quite heavy, you can also start to stand on a height with your feet and then try to do the same thing, loosening up one leg and then try to kick over. If you're able to do that, you can put your feet now on a lower height and do the same thing. If you can do that, you can go and try to do it on the floor. And try to figure out for yourself where you are in this ladder, in this progressive ladder of the exercise, where you get stuck, where you cannot make the movement, the motion. Aim for in between 16 and 20 repetitions there. Add it to your daily routine, and then you will see with time that you will make steps in the ladder. Okay, the baby macaco. The first step towards the macaco, one arm. You're not totally jumping straight over, but you're jumping diagonally over with two legs in this case. It's a very good way also to get to come over fear and to give your body already the first impulses to where you want to go with it and your muscles. If you can do that, then the next step will be that you will have to jump now with one leg first. So you're still kicking diagonally, not straight over, but the right comes first in this case, and then the left will follow. You can even go start very low, like here, and then every time you feel more confident, you try to jump a bit higher and a bit more straight over. Still with one arm, and really aim for that right first leg, which has to land first behind you. Already visualize where you want to have it before you jump. This will really help. Also, making repetitions 20 times right, 20 times left, daily base, it's going to help you for sure. Okay, if we are used to that a bit, going towards the real macaco, we have the right hand underneath the right shoulder. In this case, we can use a little height, so it is easier to jump over. And we have the left arm in between the legs and we're swinging it straight over our head. Then you will try to make this jump. You remember the explosive strength from the hip. You're using it in this case. Now, if we are used to that and we want to go to the flat ground, it is important to use more momentum, because if we are doing it from a static position, it is actually harder than when we would do it from a bit of more of a setup. So you can practice first to jump from a low squat, and then you add the backward spring towards it. So if you go down to the low squat, you're leaning just a bit backwards, you place your right hand underneath your right shoulder, and then you make the swing with your left arm. What is important when you swing straight over, you can see it maybe here better, to when you swing with your left arm in this case, to aim that your hand lands behind your skull. Really think about this when you do this. And at the same time, when you swing, you use the explosive hip strength slash jump. Yeah, the jump, and then in the momentum. Voila, this is the macaco actually. And then in this video, you could also, to create more flow, first use the arm swing that I'm using here. That's a bit of a preparation of mine. Okay, maybe some things went very fast in this video for you, but try to figure out in the progressive ladder where you are. If you get stuck somewhere, stay there, exercise it, put it into your add it into your daily exercise routine. And with time and consistency, you will see that you will improve. And walking the ladder, you will it's really possible to get towards the Macaco. Okay, thank you so much for watching today. Yes, see you at the next class.